Georgia. My bad run started at 16. I was drinking to be popular, I guess. I started bragging about how well I can control my alcohol and outdrink anybody. And that was kind of one of the wrong things to do. Me and my brother was talking about how we can outdrink anybody, yada yada, and all this stuff. We moved into an apartment in a new town, and we didn't have any help. My brother always ran with some bad kids, and he offered some help, which I totally didn't want this person to help because I didn't trust him, and my gut said, no, keep this person away. But it was free help, so I was like, as long as they bring the alcohol, I can deal with this shit. They brought the alcohol, but it was laced with LSD and the cards were stacked. So I did outdrink them because I lost every time. I woke up in the hospital after 6 shots, I believe it was, that I thought was nothing. It tasted great. 6 shots later, I wake up in the hospital and I see my aunt looking at me and I'm like, where am I? And she's like, you're at the hospital. And the first thing I remembered with her is I said, why are you here? And she started crying and she said, because I love you. And I said, what's going on? They said, you've been raped. And I said, no. And I go to stand up and I can't stand up because my ankle's broke. So I was raped and thrown pretty hard, drug upstairs and thrown pretty hard, and left for dead. My sister didn't know what was going on. She was in the house. She stayed upstairs because she was pissed because we were all drinking and not moving. And my mom wasn't there, so she didn't know what's up. So when she came home from work, she found her kid foaming out the mouth and blue. She called her sister, and they called the cops and the squad. And they had to revive me 6 times in the ambulance before I got to the hospital. After that, I had to go to counselors, and I had to go to jail, or not jail, but to talk and press charges, and I don't even know what happened. All I know is I woke up and I was told I was raped. So then once I went to court to put this dude in jail, that was the hardest thing in my life, to have to face somebody that the last thing you remember was saying no, but you don't know what happened in between all of that. I had to go to a specialist in Tennessee. My ankle was shattered in 2 spots. They had to put pins in it, so that was great. After the court of putting that guy in jail and messing up, well, I didn't mess up his life, but he messed up mine pretty good. Because after that, I felt like the dirtiest, worst piece of shit ever, and worthless. Because I was like, if there's a God, he wouldn't have let this happen. Not to me, but he didn't put the bottle up to my mouth. He didn't lace the bottle either. But, so, dude gets out of jail after 2 or 3 years, and he comes and finds me. He starts stalking me everywhere and starts showing up places with guns and bats with embedded glass ready to kill me. I lived in fear after that and always looking over my shoulder. But then, because I felt so disgusting and so worthless after somebody touched you when you say no, I kind of went really downhill after that because I wanted to forget more, and I didn't want to be on this world anymore. So I started meeting strangers and doing any drug that they would give me. I wouldn't even ask what it was. People would start passing pills and passing weed and passing drinks, and I did everything I could to forget everything, to just make it all numb. So the way I got out of everything, after my daughter being born and after I slipped back in, one day I was sitting there and I was like, why the fuck am I here? You know, I'm not worth anything. Why are you keeping me around? And in my head I heard, I made you perfect. Why are you believing that you're not good enough? So then I got on this hard kick with God. And I cussed him every day. But then I said thank you every day for every moment that I've ever been through. Because, I mean, it sucked ass going through it. And it was hell looking over my shoulder. And it was hell feeling worthless. But I'm obviously here for a reason. I mean, I'm pretty kick-ass now. But, I mean, why would I keep getting saved if I'm not good enough? So I let the person that hurt me control my life. But then you keep hearing in the back of your head, you're better than this. I did not let this happen to you. You're worth something.
If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, you need to call us at 844-265-7262.